Welcome to the country, where we do country things. And on today's video, got a couple of buck fawns I need to move today. We're going to be putting all of the buck fawns that we had last year into the same pen as their dad. Just kind of put them all together so I can work with some feed and test out some different feed combinations and some minerals and some additives and stuff that I want to try to make these guys as healthy as possible and to grow the best set of antlers that they can grow. So the two that I'm moving are Nina's fawns from last spring. They already went hard antler during the fall, and they've already shed those antlers and they're growing back. So I need to get them moved as quickly as I can, just to eliminate any chance of them injuring their velvet during the moving process. So just give me a minute to get over there, get my stuff together, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so while I'm waiting for these guys to go ahead and go to sleep, I want to show you the darts that I'm darting them with. And these are a 1cc dart. So you can get it to focus here. And you'll notice when I shot that first deer that the dart hit him and just bounced right back out. Well, that's because they have this little collar on them right here. As you can see, it's green. And that just stops the dart from going in too far and sticking in the deer, so that when the dart hits them, it injects the medication, and then it normally just falls right back out, or it might stick for just a second or two, and as they kind of run, it just bounces out. So the dart doesn't really stay in the deer. It just hits them, injects the medicine, and then usually falls right back out, just because of that little collar right there. So it's going to take probably, I don't know, I'm going to give them about 10 minutes or so. This one here is already laying down, and the other one walked to the corner of the pen. And there he is over there. He's laid down, he's got his head back like he's getting drunk, so they'll be good in the sleep here in about 10 minutes or so. And then what I'll do is I want to show you guys the antlers that they got on top of their head, and just kind of show you what the fawns do their first year as far as antler growth. I mean, at least what they do here on our farm. And then we'll move them over to the other pen and we'll get ready to wake them back up. Just give me a minute to let these guys go to sleep, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so they're asleep. They've got their eyes covered, so that helps them stay calm and helps keep the dirt out of their eyes when they're kind of laying in this dirt. I don't like to fill their eyes up with dirt. So let me show you what he's got on his head so far. Now this is Nina's twin buck fawn from last year. This is number 22 and number 23. They are both buckshot sons. I'll get up here real close and show you what he's got on his head. So he's already shed his little nubs that he had last year, and it looks like he's already growing back. He's already got some velvet. It's going to be hard to see because of the winter coat, but he's already in velvet. So he's already starting to grow back. And he's a little bit bigger than his brother, body wise and antler wise. He's got his brother by just a little bit. So let me go ahead and get him over to the other pen and get him reversed and get him ready to wake up, and then we'll go over to the other one and we'll show you that one and show you what he's got on his head. Okay guys, so here is his brother. This is number 23. Like I said before, these two guys are womb brothers, born on the same day, obviously. And here is the antlers that he has started so far. Again, he's already shed his yearling nubs, or his fawn nubs, and he is starting back in velvet already here in January. So that is just a good sign to me. It tells me that these guys are really healthy and that they've really got some good genetics going on, because they're able to start growing these antlers this early. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and move him in with his brother and give him the reversal so I can wake these guys up, and then I'll be back to talk about the reason why I'm moving them into the pen where they're going. So just give me a minute to get him moved and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so what I wanted to show you here is this little buck that still has his hard antler on his head. He hasn't shed those little nubs. And these guys went hard antler at 3 or 4 months old, so that just tells me they're really healthy, really got some good genetics. This guy here too, you see the bone on top of his head. They should shed that bone off here pretty soon and kind of catch up with the other two that we just moved. And there they are, they're up and walking around. They're still a little groggy, and it'll take them a little bit of time to get, you know, completely over that sedative. It takes a while to wear off. But so here's another little one here. Looks like he's already shed his hard antler, this guy here. So 2 more left to shed, it looks like, and then we'll have all the yearlings growing their first set of antlers here. It's you done with that, buddy? He's going over the other one. It's going to come in a cold weather here the next 3 days. So I wanted to get this done while it was halfway decently warm and give these guys time to get kind of acquainted. But I wanted to make sure I showed that where, you know, these guys did go hard antler, and that the other two, or the 3 actually, I guess, is already shed and growing back. So the reason I wanted to put these guys in one pen together, all the bucks, is I'm going to be doing some experimenting with some feed and adding some additives and some minerals and stuff to the feed. So I want to be able to feed these guys separate, just to kind of experiment with some feed and see how well it helps these guys grow their antlers this year. Seems like they're fussing a little bit, but it's not too bad. They got to get acquainted. They haven't been together since they were real little fawns, so it's going to take a little bit for them to kind of get acquainted, and they got to establish their little pecking order and stuff like that. Decide who's the boss, and that's a normal thing. So I'll sit out here and monitor them for a little bit just to make sure everybody's behaving themselves and nobody gets hurt. So anyway, with 22 and 23, since we already seen what they're doing as far as, you know, what they've got on their head, Take a look at this guy here. You can see those antlers on his head. Hey, buddy. We'll just kind of use that as a baseline to kind of get started with their documentation. You can kind of see the other ones are going to be just a little bit behind those two, but you know, you kind of get a good idea of what they're starting with. So we'll do monthly updates on all the buck fawns as well as all the other bucks. I think we've got 9 bucks on the farm this year. All of the buck fawns from B2020 they were already sold and gone. So we don't have any of those left except for one, and that's the 2-year-old yearling that we did hold back. But all the other buck fawns that we had that year were sold. So it's going to be interesting to see these guys grow out this year, see what we can do with them at 1 year old. Neat to see those little boys in hard antler. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll be back.